back from Leende, the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We have had winners round 2 today, and this round really came up with thrilling results, and I would like to share them with you. First, we had the match between Casper Kristofferson from Denmark and Czekic from Sweden. That match went hill-hill, and see what happened in the 17th rack. And at 8-8, it was Czekich's break. He had 2 balls down, and he had the rest of the colored balls spread nicely open on the table. It looked like he would be able to run the rack and take the advantage to win the match. He pocketed the 3 ball, which was a long shot. He had a little bit of an angle on the 4 ball, which needed to go in the left side pocket. But look what he did here. He misses the 4 ball, and that was not really a tough shot, as we can see in the instant replay. He missed the 4 ball and allowed Casper Kristofferson back into the table, who probably couldn't believe his luck. And Kristofferson pocketed the 4 ball, and now it was his turn to actually run the rack. But look at that 5 ball now. Unbelievable. He missed this 5 ball by a mile. That wasn't even close to the corner pocket. What had he done here? And that brings Czekic back to the table. And we can see both players must be really nervous. Look at that. Czekic misses this 5 ball, and he looks down now and he thinks, wow, what have I done? But he didn't really leave a shot for Kristofferson here, who got to the table and had to come up with a good safety now. And he comes up with a good safety, actually. He puts the 9 ball in between the cue ball and the 5 ball, and Czekic has to hit rail first, which he does. He executes a good shot. The 5 ball travels towards the end rail, but a little bit close to the corner pocket. So again, Kristofferson comes to a table which he actually must run out. And he starts quite well. He pockets the 5 ball. The 6 ball is in front of the pocket as well. And that's not a problem for him. He gets a position. Maybe he's a little bit too low on the 7 ball, but he plays it in the side pocket there. Gets a position on the 8 ball. And now watch the end of that match, please. We have Casper Kristofferson. The score is 8-8, and he's on the 9 ball now. And look, he misses this 9 ball. And he leaves a straight shot to Czekic, who at 8-8 gets back to the table and is able to make the match into his account. And this is uncut now. This is real time. Czekic comes to the table. He has takes a short look at this shot, goes down over the 9 ball, and look what he's doing. Unbelievable. He also dogs the 9 ball, and he can't believe it. 8-8, and he leaves this for Casper Kristofferson, which is the end of the match, and he forfeits the match. That was not the only match that went hill-hill in winners round number 2. We also had the all-Polish clash between Wiktor Olinsky and favored Mateusz Śniegoczki. And that match also went hill-hill, and see what happened there at 8-8. It was Mateusz Śniegoczki who had the break shot at 8-8. And he had the 1 ball down, but he only had 1 ball going into the kitchen area, so the 3-point rule came into force. It was an illegal break, and it allowed Olinsky to get to the table. And here he started shooting. I mean, this rack is not that easy, but he pocketed, he cleared the 2 ball, goes down, pockets the 3, gets a nice position on the 4 ball there. He's a little bit high, goes down all the way to the 5 ball, and gets a good position on the 5, pockets the 5, but he now gets a little bit too straight on the 6 ball there. And in order to get a good position on the 7 ball, he needs to give a lot of English. He puts a lot of English into the cue ball, and he does that. He gets a very good position on the 7 ball there, and he pockets the 7 ball dead center. Goes a little bit straight again on the 8, which is not a problem this time because he can play a stop shot, which he does. Plays a stop shot, is straight in on the 9, And then sinking the 9-ball, he wins the match over his fellow countryman Mateusz Czekic with 9-8. So those two matches were really surprising, and especially the match with Zielinski and Czekic was very surprising. Zielinski defeating Czekic with 9-8. Talking about surprises, we had more of that. We had Nick Funderburk from the Netherlands. He had to deal with Fedor Gorst. And that match started out as a walk in the park for Nick Funderburk. Nobody suspected anything bad to happen. And Nick was up 8-3. And then guess what? His break didn't come anymore. It didn't work anymore. And Fedor Gorst, the junior player from Russia, he used all of his chances. And he managed to get to the hill with 8-8 also. And at 8-8, he found himself snookered in this position with the cue ball hiding. And he couldn't see the 6-ball. Nick left him this shot, and he went for it, and look what happened. He fluked it in the side pocket there. And he ran out from there to win with 9-8 over favored Nick Funderburk from the Netherlands. And I had a short interview with Fedor Gorst after that match.
Ну, мне повезло, у него не шел разбой, и он достаточно много ошибался. Ну, а я дособирал. Где-то мне везло, где-то не везло. Ну, я собирал, когда мог.
I was a bit lucky, and Nick after 8-3 have no break. So some wrecks he ran, some after the Nick's mistakes.
Все.
What does he think about the last wreck? Actually, Nick was supposed to win that one, don't you think so?
Ну, он должен был
Ну
выиграть.
да, должен был выиграть, у него была инициатива, но так бывает, это игра, повезло. Я не хотел играть от двух, я хотел от одного борта играть.
So Nick's supposed to win, but it happens. It's just a game. So on the 6th ball, he wanted to play only one rail, but it was like it was.
We had Imran Majid from Great Britain. He won 9-7 over Francisco Sanchez Ruiz from Spain. Then we had Tomasz Kaplan from Poland. He won 9-6 over Ruslan Chinahov from Russia. And also a bit of a surprise, Jan Wolf from Germany defeated Petri Makkonen from Finland with 9-7. And then we have a young gentleman here who stirs up a lot of noise in the world of pool throughout the last years, I must say, but especially this year. And I'm talking about Yoshua Filler from Germany. Guess what? He is an adult by now. He just turned 18 today, and on his 18th birthday in the winners round 2, he played with Wojtek Czekic from Poland. Well, 9-2 was the final result in favor of Filler, and he said these words to me after the match.
Yes, in the beginning I come good in the match, and I was very self-confident, so it helped me to come in the match. I played very solid, and the safeties and the bank shots were perfect, and then that's the match. My break was very good, and won, I think, 80% out, and his mistakes, I took them, and that was the match in my eyes.
We also had unheralded Roy Stolk from the Netherlands winning 9-3 over Andrei Zerostan from Russia. And we had Mark Gray from Great Britain. He won 9-3 also over Steve Leisen from Luxembourg. Talking about Mark Gray, he just came back from the World Cup of Pool, where he partnered with Daryl and was playing as Team England B. And I had a short interview with the two about the World Cup of Pool and their experience. Okay, I'm sitting here with Daryl Peach and Mark Gray, and last week, you guys were Team England B at the World Cup in London, Bethnal Green, and you made it to the finals. Now, what was your impression from there?
Yeah, it was a great week for us. Obviously, you know, we had a real tough draw. It's the first time I've played in a tournament since 2008, which I actually partnered Daryl then, and we got all the way to the final then before losing to the USA 11-7. So obviously it was great to play in it, have a lot of good wins over good teams, and get to the final again.
When you were you? What do you think? Were you favored? The other team, England A, was I think Darren Appleton and Carl Boyce. And what was the crowd like? Did they cheer for both of you equally, or did they favor one of the teams? Well, how was it?
Yeah, it was good for both teams, and not just the England teams. I think everybody got a fair amount of support. The fans were very knowledgeable, as they always are in England, of course. You know, so yeah, even like Philippines, Finland, all the European teams, they all got a lot of support.
How was the overall quality at the World Cup of Pool? I mean, all the other teams. How did you experience that this year? I mean, I saw, I follow you on Facebook, both of you guys, and I saw that you were really disappointed when you lost that final. I mean, you could see it the other way around. You won the second place in a very prestigious tournament, but I think you both kind of like wrote that you are really disappointed.
Yeah, I think we probably both agree it's probably one of the most disappointing results in our sort of pool careers. You know, in the pool world, there's not many tournaments where you can earn real good money, and that is one of them. So obviously, financially, it's disappointing. But also just because we played so well, we beat a good Sweden team which had Marcus Schmatt in it. Then we beat the number 2 seeds, the Philippines, which they'd never not got to the last 8 before. So that was a bit of history we made by stopping them getting to the quarterfinals. Then we beat Finland, former winners in the quarterfinals. Then we beat a real good Japan team in the semi-finals. So obviously to get to the final against Chinese Taipei, which obviously they were a great team, but we played so well to go 5-1 up, and then for some reason we both just seemed to collapse, and it was that was the disappointing part. You know, that usually like the 2 times we've both played in it, usually if one suffered, the others helped out, but we both seemed to find our bad game at the same time, and it was really we lost the match ourselves and didn't get beat, so that's why we was probably both more disappointed than anything.
Okay, let's have an outlook for next year. Do you have any indication yet if you are partnering next year again? And will you be England B again, or will you be England A? Have you any information yet?
No information at the minute because we've only just played the last one. But if we would have won the final and would have been defending champions, we'd have 100% been in. As it is, we don't know, but we both expect to play. Yeah. I think that's fair enough to say, and I think we both expect to play together as a team because of our past record, and we expect, I don't know, it doesn't matter if we're A, B or Z, it doesn't matter that, as long as we play and get our chance.
Okay, well, congratulations again for that achievement, for second place, and I keep my fingers crossed, and I hope I'll see you next year as Team England A or 1. Thank you. Thanks. Tonight we have the second losers round played all the way through, and tomorrow morning the tournament will continue with matches of losers round 3, and during the day tomorrow the tournament will switch into single elimination mode. So make sure you don't miss anything there. If you want, follow us on kazum.com or get the information off EuroTourOnline.com. That's it from me from here for today. I hope to see you tomorrow. That's it. Good night. Bye-bye.